Hello everyone, Brickosaurus227. I don't got a lot of time, so I thought I'd sit down and do a quick little recording session and talk about these new Pro Blasters that have been revealed. And honestly, they look great. I don't see any really immediate issues with them, but who knows? The Nerf Pro line is continuing, which I'm excited for, and they seem to be going a little all out here with some actually unique designs that make me happy. Some of it reminds me of Gelfire, which actually is a good thing. I think the Gelfire line, despite having flaws, has really great design choices and a lot of great details in it. And as blasters, like structurally themselves, they look great, they feel great, and they're very comfortable. So I'm okay with that. And I actually like these designs. But we actually have two blasters, and I like that they're continuing this line and adding their own little twist on it. You know, it's not like a generic Pro Blaster, because the Stripe X looks generic. I'll be honest, straight up. It looks like a modified Stripe, which is fine. That's what they were going for. But these definitely have their own unique look, and that's what I like the most. Now, let's look at the first one, the Torrent, which I guess if you don't have money to watch movies on streaming, I want to buy this blaster. That was the worst joke ever. But that one looks cool. And then it apparently is a mag-fed Springer. I mean, it's mag-fed, obviously, but a Springer is really interesting. It's going to retail for $30. Originally in my post I said $20, but I was wrong. It is $30. Still a really, really good price for what I see here, especially for Nerf, that's for sure. It seems to have a pretty good shell quality, and I don't know where it primes. Is it a bolt on the side, like Wacom speculated? Or, and also, like, you know, people said it's the stock. It shouldn't be the stock. And it looks like a bigger blaster than you would think. Why am I saying that? Well, look at the mag. Unless it's a different mag, which would kind of suck if it's a proprietary and Nerf doesn't sell separate. But look at the mag itself. If that's like a Talon mag or something like that style, that's a big blaster. That's bigger than you would think. That grip is huge. So maybe the stock's usable. I don't know. It seems kind of short. But I hope the stock's not the priming handle. The main theory, though, is that the whole white part is the priming handle, and that's a pump on the front, which is interesting. Now, I don't know if I like that pump grip, if that's the case. It looks kind of... I don't know how I feel about that yet. It's a weird pump grip. It could be comfortable, but I'm not sure. Although it would lead to some cool mods and an interesting blaster design in general, I don't know how I feel about that. Very confusing first look. I kind of hope it's actually a like bolt action on the side. I would actually prefer that personally over the other two options, but who knows, we'll see. However, this looks like a pretty interesting option, and I'm not too upset about it. It actually looks good, and it looks like it's Nerf's own twist on the Springer Pro world, instead of just making a Nexus Pro clone like they could have. And I actually really like this. This is something a little bit different, a little bit fresh, and I like that Nerf is doing that. It's kind of giving it the classic Nerf look, which, again, I really like. The next blaster we have is the Cinder. Really cool name, you know, I gotta send it. But it looks like I mean, no disrespect to the nailer or anything like that, it looks like a better nailer. Like, the design, it looks really cool. It is a bullpup, which is neat. And this is another blaster that I think looks bigger, that is going to be bigger than it looks. At first glance, you're like, oh, that's a pistol. And you look closer, you see the mag, you kind of get the idea. This is a bigger blaster. It's going to be a little bit hefty, even close to Raven size, maybe even the same. I'm like, not kidding. It's a bigger blaster, which is why it's $50. It will be a battery-operated blaster, which a lot of people are complaining about. However, that is actually a good thing, a very good thing. That means that it's going to be a lot safer. See, the problem with having a battery LiPo or rechargeable battery blaster that's really cheap, that means it's going to not be as good. That means it's going to kind of suck. Like, as far as it, not performance-wise, but more along the lines of it not being safe. So this is a lot more safe to have standard batteries, and it'll probably, again, this is kind of spitballing, hopefully it has an option where you can switch it out to LiPo if you wanted to, or maybe you could just mod it. It wouldn't be too hard. It's not like a big deal, and I think battery powered is fine, you know, with standard batteries. It's not a big deal. I think it's actually better than if they tried to do a LiPo and either made it too expensive, it would be like $70, or they would have to at least tone down a lot of stuff. And I prefer if they just do regular batteries because it's a lot safer. But yeah, these two look really good. Their designs look great. And my favorite part is that they're just unique. They have a unique look to them, something you don't see a lot. It just feels new and fresh on the kind of, I'll be honest, Pro blasters are great. Almost all of them. The Nexus Pro X is great. But a lot of these blasters have kind of gotten stale on the design level. Like they're almost all the same. There are so many of these types of blasters out. There's so many other types of blasters. To see a little fresh take, like these take these concepts, like the Torrent takes the pump action Pro Blaster concept and changes it a little bit to what we know of, if the foregrips a pump, which is most likely the case, or if it's a bolt on one side. But it takes that concept and does something a little unique with it, spins it around, it just kind of makes it a little different, a mag and grip version, which is kind of neat. And then you have the other one, the Cinder, which is basically taking inspiration from designs like the Nailer and Nightingale and making a bullpup version that looks a little bit more unique and actually is a really reasonable price if you think about it. For $50, that's not bad at all for a pro flywheeler like that. So I'm excited for these. I'm obviously not going to say 100% that they're going to be great because we don't know everything about it yet. There could be issues, but I like where this is going, and I think it could be a good step in the right direction. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching. Oh yeah, I'm also glad that they're not making they're still doing standard darts or half darts for this Pro Series. I was worried they're going to make in-series Pro darts. Hasbro, don't get any ideas watching this, but yeah. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching, and I can't wait to see y'all in the next one. Bye-bye.